President Joe Biden falsely claimed he's been to every mass shooting in America during a recent speech addressing gun violence across the country, RadarOnline.com has learned. In a speech on Friday, September 22, Biden announced the creation of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Through an executive order, President Biden emphasized the importance of addressing this critical issue and highlighted his personal involvement in the fight against gun violence. Created by executive order, I determined to send a clear message about how important this issue is to me and to the country, Biden said. It matters, and here is why. After every mass shooting, we hear a simple message, the same message heard all over the country, and I've been to every mass shooting. Do something. Please do something. Do something to prevent the tragedies that leave behind survivors who will always carry the physical and emotional scars, families that will never quite be the same, communities overwhelmed by grief and trauma. Do something. Do something. My administration has been working relentlessly to do something. The 80-year-old commander-in-chief went on to say that there have been 500 mass shootings in the U.S. in 2023. Biden's claim isn't entirely untrue. According to CNN, even if you only count the mass shootings that have occurred during his presidency, Biden has not been to every site. In fact, he's only made one trip this year in connection to a specific mass shooting. In March 2023, he visited Monterey Park, California, following a mass shooting at a dance studio in January. In 2022, he made two trips, one to Buffalo, New York, after a massacre at a supermarket and another to Uvalde, Texas, after a massacre at an elementary school. In 2021, he traveled to Atlanta, Georgia, to meet with Asian American leaders following a shooting spree at spas that killed 8 people, including 6 women of Asian descent. Biden has not visited the sites of numerous other mass shootings during his presidency, even ones that received significant national attention, such as a shooting at a mall in Allen, Texas, a farm in Half Moon Bay, California, a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee, a bank in Louisville, Kentucky, a Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia, and a parade in Highland Park, Illinois. Since taking office, President Biden has faced pressure from gun control advocacy groups to take executive action on firearms, including the declaration of a national emergency on gun violence. In January, a coalition of 117 groups sent a letter to the president demanding various measures, such as the creation of a federal Office of Gun Violence Prevention, the allocation of a $5 billion fund for community violence intervention programs, and tighter regulations on firearm marketing by the Federal Trade Commission. Visit the all-new Radar Sports for all the on- and off-field activities of the biggest names in the games. The bipartisan Safer Communities Act, signed into law by President Biden, is considered the most significant gun control bill passed in almost 3 decades. The legislation incentivizes states to implement red flag laws and expand background checks for individuals aged 18 to 21. It was a response to the tragic mass shootings that occurred in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas, in 2022.